I've just discovered that my wife of 13 years is currently in another state, so I've packed up her stuff and kicked her out of my house. I found this sub and it's proving very useful as I'm not alone, which helps, but I may need some advice on sleep. Everyone woke up after only 4 hours of sleep, and I'd be really grateful for any advice to help me redirect my thoughts so I can get the sleep I need to function throughout the next day. My wife is currently in another state, cheating on me. I allowed her to go after she told me nothing was happening, but I just had a gut feeling. I think I'll be speaking to her for a couple more days. I know she has other plans and doesn't care about me. 13 years down the drain, house, 3 cats, much of her late grandmother's belongings in the house. She doesn't care about any of it. Thank God we have no kids. I suspect there was more than one man she was seeing and fooling around with over the years, and it keeps me up at night. I could really use some advice on how to redirect my thoughts to get back to sleep. I can't sleep in our old bed, in and out of the room that I prepare to sleep in as the divorce gets started. Thanks, and I really appreciate it. Edit. I just wanted to let you all know, I thought I'd give you a little background to help you understand the situation. Last year, she went to a friend's wedding in another state and felt accepted by her friend's husband's family, even though I've always accepted her flaws. There was a lot this past summer that the mother of the friend's husband invited her to come over again to her daughter's wedding, which she did. I was working and couldn't just take off work. When she got back from the event, she was very, very different, distant, and didn't know what she wanted. She told me all. I was upset because I had spent most of my life trying to make her happy. Over the next couple of weeks, I felt strange. I had nightmares about her cheating. I even told her I thought she was. She brushed it off. In the next couple of weeks, I confronted her. I said I had this feeling that she was hiding something. I asked her if there was someone else. She said no. She said these conversations had happened here and there. She said she was just lost. I knew something was going on, but I didn't have any proof. She would have just gaslit me or controlled my thought process. Then she told me the family had asked to see her. She went off to another event for them again this week and said she wanted to go, but didn't want me to think she was cheating. She told me she was, so I asked her, "Is this what you want?" She said yes, so I let her go. Now that I've written this up, I realized this was the beginning of the end. But I needed to do it. I've got a strong case, and thankfully people care and see how nice I am. She's still there and hasn't been trying to contact me. I'm hoping she's planning on staying there. I'm just realizing how much sleep is affected by traumatic events. My anxiety is now on whether she will come home, what will she do, what will she say. I just don't want to deal with it. Thanks again, and this is helping me a lot. Alright, let's see some top comments. Oliver08 says, 13 years down the drain. It's common to think you've completely wasted this time, but it's likely far from the truth. You happen. It's not always easy to avoid negative situations, but try to focus on the positive things that have happened during this time. You are more than just your marriage. You're an individual with many talents. It's good to know that the kids aren't involved in this. It's a weight off your mind. You've also discovered infidelity, and your wife might think she's getting away with it. Use this time and the first move to your advantage. Don't let her get away with it. The OP replies, "Thank you, and I have already made moves to move forward. I confronted her, and she knows she is in the wrong. After days of not speaking, I know she does not care any longer. I need to focus on my needs and find my self-respect." Terra78 adds, "Start packing your things for her. Start reading Leave a Cheater, Gain a Life? Cheating in a Nutshell. The Body Keeps the Score. Focus on healthy habits to deal with the trauma." The OP replies, "Thanks. I gathered up everything of hers that made me cringe and put it in her room. I took things off the wall, and I'm preparing to be as strong as I can. Man, I'm not running and hiding, but I am going to be around common spaces in the house to make her uncomfortable, not me. I will be reaching out to all those that she dislikes that were close to me. Everyone she has ever met, she has later lost. I have stayed around too long. I finally got good sleep last night. Soon to X, and I got 7 hours of sleep last night. Just knowing that people cared and that I did nothing wrong, it's making me stronger to know that I'm helping. Tomorrow is when she gets back from the other state. I'm nervous, and I still haven't spoken to my soon-to-be ex in 4 days. Instead, her parents reached out and asked how I was doing. I felt some sort of relief when her parents reached out to me. They care and are concerned. We talked on the phone. I told them everything that has led up to this. And they understood and were very accepting. They are upset with their daughter, who they know is mean, manipulative, and selfish. We cried and talked about how we all knew how lost and stupid she is right now. They said they loved me and really felt sorry for what she has done. I told them I didn't want her in the house with me, and they totally understood that. They said, I'm doing the right thing, which makes me wonder which side they're on. I don't know if they spoke to her after we ended the call. I wish I could reach out to her, but I don't want to. She's the one who ruined everything. It makes me think she has a plan, but this uncertainty is making me anxious. All I want to know is if she's really coming back. How will she react? Will she actually leave when I tell her to find a friend? If you have any, do you still have any contact with her? I never mentioned how I was going to end the marriage. They never asked, thankfully. They don't need to know. I'm working with an attorney. Some people divorce without notice. I feel anxious and lost. Loneliness is now starting to settle in. I have a feeling it will get much worse if she doesn't leave and stays in the house. How awkward do you think it would be if someone that fooled around on you is now living near you? Gross, this nightmare. I think it's time to end it. I'll probably be back here tomorrow, looking for a way out of this nightmare. I'm dealing with a psychopath who's now living in my home. I'm thinking of getting a gravestone. This conversation was more difficult for me and them. I understand what I did was risky, but I took some time to think about it. In my specific circumstances, I felt they needed to hear the truth and deserved to hear the truth. They know their daughter very well. Well, they knew I would have the facts straight. They're not narcissists like their daughter. Thanks for the concerns and help. Let's see some top comments. T78 says, be very careful with her family. You don't know their true intentions. They could be playing both sides. Creative M31 says, I hope this doesn't rub you the wrong way, but you need to stop trying to get validated by family and friends about being a great husband. Because if your wayward spouse is such a huge narcissist as you say she is, she's making her plan to flip the script onto you. So you need to be talking to your lawyer to formulate some type of plan for the battle you're about to go through. It's been about 6 or 7 hours, which isn't bad. My mind is easing as the days go on. I've worked on myself a lot, and responding to your messages has helped me a lot. I feel like a new person. I spent the entire day meditating, writing, and enjoying the sun in my hammock, thinking about being true to myself, finding myself, respecting myself, loving myself, knowing I'm worthy, understanding, learning, and growing. I'm easing my own mind in preparation for what I was about to encounter. My year-long relationship is coming to an end. I knew she was nervous, so I wasn't surprised when she texted this morning about coming home and packing her things. I wanted her to feel unsure and nervous, so I had a plan. When she arrived, I was sitting on the porch waiting and calming my domain, if you will, and finally stepping up for myself. She walked in, and I could tell she was uneasy, so I waited until she said something. I stared at the kitties until she said something. I could tell she was crying a little. I listened and didn't get emotional. I felt like I'd already accepted what had happened and what was happening. I was proud of myself and finally had the courage to face it head on. Nothing she said mattered. I just wanted her to get her things and start her life over, just like I've started to do. She knew I was a different person already. She knew she didn't have control over me anymore and had to cooperate. She did what I asked, set some boundaries, and that was that. She's gone to a friend's house, so I don't know what she'll do next. I know this is just the beginning. I can't falter. There's still a lot to do. When someone you share time and space with is leaving, there are lots of factors and lots of things you might have been overlooking. I'm sure you'll address them later on, but I'm glad I have a say in the relationship for once. I have peace in my heart, and seeing her doesn't. I'm so grateful to you all for helping me through this past week. I was sitting in my house alone, with no one around but my thoughts, but I conquered them, found love and respect along the way. I'm looking forward to using my new outlook on life in the future. Some might think I did this wrong or I did too much, but I'm happy with my decision. I don't know if I'll post again since I found myself during this, but I'd love to keep in touch. I'd like to thank you all for your support. I'm happy to help newcomers who are in pain and need guidance. Thanks again to you all. Let's see some top comments. Taiwan Bandit says, "You found yourself, are happy with your decision, and she doesn't care what she did to your marriage. Complete the paperwork for D, and best of luck to you in the future. Take care, man." No Fear says, "You do have experience now. She knows she was caught. She saw her reactions and may fear you'd share evidence with friends and family. However, as soon as she tries to make you look bad, I'd show her the evidence. Stay in touch, and don't forget who's number one. Good luck." Jaded N says, "You made the right choices. Just as a small suggestion, remove everything that reminds you of her when she's around. If you replace and rearrange your furniture, you'll find things start to heal more quickly. Enjoy your new, better life." 9198 says, "Happy you're happy. Did she admit anything?" The OP replies, "Yes, she started to mention the cheating situation and I stopped her. It doesn't matter if it was large or small. I don't want to hear about it. What matters is healing and doing what's right, so divorce is coming. I'm filing on Tuesday. I did a lot of work on myself this week and she definitely noticed I had control. You need self-respect. I think respect is a key issue here.